Good morning, everyone. Good morning. It is wonderful to be with you today. It is Wisdom Wednesday. This live normally takes place on my TikTok platform, but as some of you may know, TikTok and I are taking a break from one another for another 36 hours. I was banned as a result of my last live, and so we're using the multi-stream platform. So if you're seeing me right now, welcome. Thank you for connecting with me. My name is Rebecca Johns. I'm a certified holistic health practitioner, purpose coach, and unorthodox minister of the gospel. So if you are seeing me for the first time, welcome. I would love to connect with you. Feel free to like, comment, and share this video, whatever platform you are seeing me on. I am currently on Facebook in 4 places: on my personal page, on our group page called Activating Your Great I Am, which I encourage you to jump over and become a member of. It's free, of course, but you'll be part of a community that is constantly in growth mode, inquiry mode, transformation mode. Oh, didn't you know today is trash day, and here comes the garbage man. We get to listen to that. Such an amazing opportunity. So here's the thing, my friends. Wisdom Wednesday usually takes place on TikTok, but we're also launching a new opportunity to hear us for Wisdom Wednesday on Clubhouse. And we had thought that it was going to be best that it happened at 11 a.m. on Wednesdays, but it looks like what we're going to be doing. Oh my gosh, that's so loud. I don't even know if closing this window is going to help, y'all. I really don't know. But what we're going to do is, starting here in the next few weeks, big noise. Mm-hmm. Yep. How you doing, fellas? Good to see you. Thank you. Appreciate all you do. God bless. Did you know that in order to be a trash man, a garbage collector in most municipalities, you also have to have the ability to be your own mechanic on your vehicle and be able to repair your own equipment? I did not know that. That is new information to me as of the last few years. But if you check it out, people that are doing waste management, when I was a kid, we just called him the Twash Man, right? The Twash Man, garbage man. But the waste management professionals in the world today also have to repair their own vehicles on many occasions. So hats off to those people. I think we need to take a moment to say thank you, because they do a job that is definitely appreciated. So thanks to my peeps in the 486. Really appreciate that. All right. So Wisdom Wednesday is taking place typically on TikTok at 10 a.m. on Wednesdays. And moving forward, I know that we've been publicizing 11 a.m. on Clubhouse. That's going to move to 12 p.m. It's going to be noon Eastern time on Wednesdays. And this is going to enable me to have a very special guest with me every other week by the name of Sophie McLean. Sophie is a wisdom teacher. She has been a coach and personal development transformation leader for years. She's helping over 80,000 people in her work, myself being one of them. She was one of my mentors 20 years ago. So, oh, we're hitting reverse. Oh, there we go. All right. Thanks for bearing with me. So, wisdom. Wisdom is the conversation on Wednesdays. 10 a.m. will be at TikTok. 12 p.m. will be over on Clubhouse. And then on the off weeks that Sophie is not with me, I'll be working solo or with members of my team with the Godly Woman and Great I Am Ministries. And of course, other special guests who have many pearls of wisdom to offer. So let's talk about wisdom. What is wisdom? What's wisdom? All right. Wisdom is the quality of having experience, knowledge, good judgment, the soundness of an action or decision with the regard to application. So there are plenty of people that know a lot. They know a lot, but they are not wise in their application. Their application of their knowledge isn't necessarily best. Listen, how many of you have worked for people who are really smart, but they're not really great with people? How many of you have worked with people who have book sense, but not street smarts? How many of you have worked with people who've gotten knowledge from other people, but have no self awareness? They cannot discern, sense well, soundly for themselves. Perhaps they're not self aware. They can see everyone else in the room, but yet they fail to see themselves. Wisdom is multifaceted. And the opportunity of Wisdom Wednesdays is that we dwell inside of conversations that bring about our greater consciousness, our greater awareness of self and others and life itself. If you have questions today, you are absolutely welcome to ask them. Please drop them in the chat. I'm over on the Four Houses on Facebook. I'm on LinkedIn, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter this morning. For those of you who'd like to, apparently he's doing the other side of the street. Apparently we're just going to endure this right now. Note to self, don't do Wisdom Wednesday from here, because apparently I'm on the timeline of the schedule for the waste management company. So perhaps Wisdom Wednesday is going to have to take place somewhere else in my house or car or garage. I might be on location from someplace. Who knows? Maybe I'll just completely go to a different location. So if you have questions each week, you're welcome to submit them in advance. I do have a couple questions that have come in from our audience that I'm going to read and answer. Or if you're on the lives, you can always drop the questions you have in the chat below. Okay? If you're tuning in now, drop a note. Let me know that you're here. Let me know where you're listening from. All right. Let me go to my email so that I can read the first question that I have for you. So the first question that came to me was, Rebecca, I'm really committed to cultivating a successful. Oh, hold on. My phone's glitching. All right. I'm committed to cultivating a successful and fulfilling relationship. Can you please give me some tips on how to do that wisely? All right. So I want to talk about three things. Frankly, I think we could talk about this one and not stop. Because I know that this implication is for a romantic relationship, but relationships in general are a playground for wisdom. Listen, you want to be wise, you want to get wise, be in more relationships. You want to be wiser in the world, get to know some more people. Because it's in relationships that we're allowed to really reflect. Listen, you think your buttons are getting pushed, or you think someone's getting on your nerves, or you think they're great, or you think they're not. Those are all reflections of yourself speaking. Those are all mirrors of your sight about something being reflected back at you. So in any relationship, there are some key pillars that I want to touch on. Now, I want to focus on the romantic relationship that this person was asking about, but like I said, I really believe that what I'm saying right now is applicable to any relationship that you're wanting to have be successful and satisfying and happy. Number one is commitment. Commitment. You cannot grow and develop a relationship wisely if your commitment is compromised. Listen, if you and I were dating and I said to you one night, you said to me one night, will you marry me? And I said, possibly. And there you are with a ring. You're on your knee. You're like, will you marry me? And I'm like, it could happen. It's likely. What would you say? Is that the moment you'd slip the ring on my finger with joy? Or is that the moment you'd get up and scratch your head and go, well, maybe we're on two different pages here? Your commitment in a relationship, your commitment is one of the gateways to growing wise, because it's in that ground of commitment that you're going to have to confront everything about yourself that may or may not work when it comes to being in relationship with other people. Someone in the chat said, I make a lousy friend. That can be real. But not only is it that it's commitment, but there's a subheading to that point, and that's commitment to growth. So it's not just that we're going to be committed in the relationship to one another, but that while we're in the relationship to one another, I'm committed to growing. I'm committed to becoming more self-aware, more self-wise. And the more I can understand about myself and my interplay in relationships, and the more I allow relationships to mirror things back to me, allow me to reflect on where I am impatient, where I am not committed. So commitment and growth, commitment to the relationship and to growth. Number two, to dwell in the space of a relationship that is constructed wisely, I also recommend that you ensure mutual respect and empathy. I don't know about you, but I know that for myself, one of the tendencies that I have had in relationships is that when I have been hurt, betrayed, upset, justifiably, I have used that as a reason to be disrespectful. I think it's one of the things that in our humanity, not in our wisdom, in our humanity happens as a safety measure. I think it's how we shut off our heart space so that we don't have to feel. And when we shut off that heart space and do not have to feel, we're not operating in our wisdom. We can't access that there. We're stuck in the animal. We're stuck in our own, fight, flight, freeze, fawn. There's 57 of them now, right? We each have a coping mechanism. So mutual respect and also empathy. It helps to be able to get connected to other people and feel what they're feeling from how they feel it. Not if I were you. Well, if I were you, that wouldn't bother me. If you did that to me, it wouldn't bother me. Well, you're not me. P.S. If you were me, you'd be me. You wouldn't be you as me. You'd be me, right? If I say, Jackie, if I were you, I would do this. But it would mean I'd be you. That I'd be you. And so I would be doing it how you're doing it. And so if I were you really becomes a gateway statement to say, if I were you, I would be doing that. So let me get myself into that experience. Not because I want to agree with it, not because I really choose to do that, but because and I can be empathetic, then I have access to communicating in a way that you'll receive. We'll have understanding between us. Understanding yields wisdom. And then the third key here that I want to speak to is effective communication. Now, effective communication does not mean you have to be a degreed orator, that you need to know how to speak articulately and in 4 different languages. It does not mean that you use proper grammar. Okay. Effective communication is simply a type of communication that fully conveys your personal message to the listener in a way that even the listener can receive, whether or not they agree, and that takes the listener into consideration. Listen, if I walk into a room full of 50-year-old people, I talk one way. If I walk into a room full of 5-year-old people, I talk a different way. If I walk into a room of my friends that I grew up with, I talk one way. If I walk into the room of clergy for a national clergy convention, I'm talking another way. It's creating communication inside of the space, and wisdom does that. When you lack wisdom, you're just talking for you. You got something to say and you're going to say it, and everybody better get in line. Now, I'm not saying wisdom can't choose to use that for a time or season, but wisdom knows that's not an all the time thing. And some people run their relationships with ineffective communication and then wonder why there are misunderstandings and betrayals. Because there's ineffective communication. Communication isn't also always verbal. There's physical touch, there's emotional space. And wisdom understands to take all of these into account, that every nuance is playing a part and matters, and that wisdom will take responsibility for that. Remember, it's about application as well as information. It's not just knowing. All right, great. Sitting in the dentist chair, staying as long as I can. All right, good luck over there in your dentist chair. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. William says, it occurs to me that perhaps there's a difference between being wise and offering wisdom. Yes, but do you want to say a little bit more about that, William? What do you mean? How does one practice the wisdom muscle? Growing in self-awareness. Growing in self-awareness. Wisdom is not a know-it-all about everyone else. Wisdom is wise to itself, therefore it understands others. You know, a lot of people, this is the difference between knowledge and wisdom. Many people are know-it-alls. They want to know. They want knowledge. Nobody cares. Do you know that nobody cares? Unless you've got the answer to a question they're seeking, then who cares what you know? Like, it really doesn't matter what I know. It doesn't. If I cannot apply it in a way that shows its merit, because am I really going to ever apply all my knowledge? I know a lot of different stuff. Am I going to apply all of that right now? Am I just going to drill down on all of the data that I'm holding in my 50 plus years of life experiences and training and development? No. What you're counting on as a community is that I, throughout my experiences, will have extrapolated the greatest essences of those things and be able to apply it as a person and deliver some of it out to you as a community. So you really don't care how much I know. And I don't blame you. I don't really care how much you know. I'm interested in how you apply it. I'm interested in how you're showing up. I'm interested in the results you create in the world. I'm interested in you being a viable, successful, healthy, happy human being. You could know everything under the sun and can't pay your bills. Who cares what you know? You could know everything under the sun and be a ridiculous spouse. Who cares what you know? You could know everything that there is to know in the universe and be dysfunctional in your career. Can't hold down a job. So who cares what you know? The world is not short on knowledge. As a matter of fact, we are ridiculously known as the information generation. Anybody can Google anything and get an answer to anything at any time, and we're still foolish. We still can't keep it in our pants. We still can't not murder each other. We still can't be kind. Because we lack awareness. Because we are not awake in ourselves. Because we do not pay attention to ourselves as truly the nucleus of how all the world goes from here. It is from me into my marriage, into my family and my household and my neighborhood and my business and my community and my church. It's from me out into the whole universe, then my city, my state, my county, and my nation, and right. It goes out from here. It's all these concentric circles out until you've got from me out into the world. I challenge that, William, with all due respect. He said, I can apply it to myself, wisdom, being wise, but expressing wisdom to others is something else. I disagree. That's knowledge. Wisdom is expression. Wisdom does not fail to express because it is wise. Some of the people in my inner circle joke with me, like, give Rebecca a topic, she can talk on it instantly. Like, throw something at her. What do you want to talk about? Unless she lacks the knowledge, she'll give you a wise answer. She'll give you a wise answer even without the knowledge. There's a difference. Wisdom is a state. It is a condition that once you are in it, that once you are in wisdom and standing in wisdom, it can't help but pour out of you. It is a vibration and it is a frequency. When we struggle to be wise or share wisdom, it is likely because we are grappling with knowledge and not in a wise state. If you have a question, go ahead and drop it in the comments. I am going to look at my next email. Pardon me. All right, dear Rebecca, I'm curious about how to maintain good health wisely. I tend to overlook myself a lot, and I'm curious what you have to say. Wisdom in wellness. Wisdom in wellness. You know, a lot of you know that I'm a certified holistic health practitioner, but also that I've been through a lot of my own journeys of health, whether it's been weight related or covering the car accident, or years ago when I had Aiden, my youngest, and we were ABO incompatible in our pregnancy, which went full term, undetected, untreated, and created a calamity in my health and his. And so I could say a bunch of stuff to do, right? I could say a bunch of stuff to do, but that would be sharing my knowledge. I can tell you to drink half your body weight in water every day and make sure you're getting plenty of minerals and rest and sunshine and eating fresh whole foods and eat for your blood type. And that's a bunch of tips. That's knowledge and information. But let me answer that from wisdom. I believe there are two core tenets to being well in your health. One is prevention. Prevention. What's the saying that an ounce of prevention is worth more than a pound of cure? I believe that if we are wise, that we will not wait for a calamity to strike. Most people I know wait for something to happen to them. They'll quit smoking when they have a heart attack. They'll go on a diet when the doctor says they've got cancer. So, prevention, a wise tenet of health and wellness, prevent dis-ease. Do the things that you know to do and that are right for you in advance as prevention. The second tenet of wisdom that I would say applies to the domain of wellness is self-care. I find that oftentimes we want the results, but we're not taking the steps that warrant the results being in place. Let me say that again. Self-care. Making yourself a priority is not egoic, it's responsible. Making time and creating space on purpose, allocating money in your budget, allocating time in your schedule, telling the people in your life to wait a minute is wise. It is ensuring that the cup that is you, that holds everything in your life, is secure, is whole, is complete. So, prevention and focusing on yourself. Water. Cheers. Remember, if you'd like any one-on-one support, counseling, coaching, if you're interested in the holistic health side of things or in the personal development and growth side of things, please feel free to visit livinggodspromises.com, and you can click any of those links to participate in classes, book one-on-one sessions, purchase products, etc. All right. All right. Okay, this is a long one, but essentially this person is asking how it's a multifaceted question. All right, so this is a question about how to stay organized and manage tasks so that I can be more responsible. I also deal with a lot of clutter and have a hard time managing my time. Okay, so So, as far as being organized, successful, managing your time, staying clutter free, I'm going to tell you this. Most of that is all a function of avoiding being present. When we have um, the clutter or the disarray of our physical realm, and we tolerate that, it's usually a symptom of how much we are not present and how much things are accumulating in here. Remember, our outward world is a reflection of our inner world. The external experience is a reflection of the internal experience. And they push back and forth, yeah? So if you're someone who's dealing with a lot of clutter, you are struggling keeping a schedule, you're not organized in yourself, then the question I have for you is, what are you avoiding? To wake up every day in and out of clutter, to wake up every day um, and continue to repeat the patterns where clutter and disorganization and chaos stay in place means that you're not standing up and looking at it and saying, I'm going to do something about this. It means you get up and act like it's not there. I'm just going to walk past that pile right there. I'm not even going to look at it. Not even going to look at it. I know I've got bills over on that table. I'm not even going to open them. Not going to open them. Not going to open those bills. This is the same clutter, by the way, that sits in your soul and in your heart that doesn't let you tell your truth to people around you, lets you hide and isolate. It's not being present. It's avoiding being present. And it's pretending that you can get away with it, like it's a real solution. So if you're really facing the overwhelm of clutter, disorganization, poor time management, chaotic thinking, and so forth, my question is, what are you avoiding? And why? What are you afraid of? I think a lot of times in the world, we're just simply not asking ourselves the questions. So often, what I'm doing as a purpose coach is working with people to say the truth that is already in them. But I'm working with people who are 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 years old. So their mouths have been shut. They've been lying to themselves, pretending, being inauthentic, masking, faking it to make it for a lot of years. And so they step into my chambers and we start having conversations and doing the work that peel back the layers, that lets the truth out. And lo and behold, they knew a lot of truth. They knew a lot of what was right for them in there. They had a lot of the answers already on the inside, but they were avoiding telling the truth about it and taking action on it. Which is what? Avoiding being present. I'm not going to be present. I'm going to act like it's something else. So if you would like support in any of the ways we've talked about today, then by all means, relationships, health and wellness, time management, organization, success, being present, being effective in each and every area of life, if that's you, you're hungry for that, then that's what we do with the Godly Woman. That's exactly what we offer. So I hope you will take a moment and visit livinggodspromises.com so that we can support you being effective in your own health, wellness, relationships, money, career, truly the desires of your heart. We are, when we say made in the image of the Creator, it means capable of freely choosing and creating at will. So what is it that you would like to choose and create, and you feel as though you can't, and you're limited? That's where we step in. Okay? So I appreciate all of you being with me today. I am going to be over on Clubhouse at 12 p.m. Eastern Time today. If you would like to join me, you certainly can. Love to have you. Moving forward, I'll let you know moving forward what dates Sophie will be with me over on Clubhouse. I appreciate the opportunity to dwell with y'all today, and I'll look forward to talking to you soon. It's Wednesday, so let's see. I got to look at my schedule. I kind of am used to the August schedule, the July and August schedule, so I've got to go look. What are we doing tonight, Jackster? Ah, it's prophetic word, but TikTok, we can't be on TikTok tonight. All right, so we're going to be passing up on prophetic word tonight on TikTok. I will still release a prophetic word at 10 p.m. tonight. I'll be on the multi-stream. So if you're on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, Twitch, or Twitter, you can find me tonight at 10 p.m. Eastern. We will we'll receive a word together. And then tomorrow morning is Thursday, so 10 a.m. here on the multi-stream. So on all these channels that we're on today, Jackie and I will be coming to you live with Therapeutic Thursday. All right. So Rachel says, I can't wait for you to do a live on my question according to the Aramaic about what happens after death, heaven, hell, the judgment, and rapture. I should have answered that today. All right. I didn't even have that written down anywhere, Rachel. I apologize. Let me do that right now. Let me write that down right now so that I can make sure what happens after death, rapture. All right. All right, good. Y'all feel free, send in your questions. My email address is rebecca@livinggodspromises.com. Okay? All right, great. I have a couple more emails. I just didn't have time to get to them today, but I will be answering them as well. Tomorrow we are going to be on multi-stream, so join us here on any of these channels, and we'll discuss more. Jackie, I'm undecided on that topic for tomorrow, so I've got a couple things that I'm praying on, and we'll let you know more. But show up tomorrow, Therapeutic Thursday, and I will look forward to seeing you all then. Bless you. Peace.